So here we are in January, and I'm ready to work on my 1099s, and I realize that this particular vendor was not set up as a 1099 vendor. So what do? Let's take care of that now. The first thing I'm going to do is just open up this vendor in the vendor card, and I'll go through the process of setting them up as a 1099 vendor, and I'll put in the box most commonly used. And I'll go ahead and save that. Now that's all well and fine for everything I do from this point forward, but what about the invoices that have already been entered in? Let's just pretend we're using sample data, that I'm needing to go through and get a 1099 for this particular invoice, and maybe I want to go ahead and prepare this open invoice for a 1099. Now the fact is, once it's posted, you can't go back and re-edit that 1099 information, or can I? So let's take a look at this particular vendor. Here, I'm going to open up the Edit 1099 Transaction Information window under Purchasing Transactions, and I'm going to populate that vendor. And right now, if I redisplay, I don't see any 1099 debit transactions. Those are transactions where I'm increasing the balance. But if I click on All Debit Transactions, I'm going to see those two transactions. Now, I could go back after the fact and say, both of those should have been 1099 invoices, and I could even edit the amount of those invoices if I want to. So let's take a look at this first one. I've got that row highlighted, and I can see there was some tax on it, so that would be the 1099 amount. So now that I've got that established, all I have to do is click on Process, and I'll get this posting report that tells me the old amount and the new amount of the 1099. So now, if I were to go into Edit 1099 Transactions and put in that vendor again, I can now see those two transactions. And if I'm printing 1099s for 2013, this amount, because it's already been paid, will show up on the 1099. So 1099 management has never been easier in GP. I hope this helps.